Going on, guys? About to check out this video about Hasan, who I think is a clown. Straight clown. Let's get straight into it. All that good stuff. Hit the like button.
I just want you to understand, by the way, when Asmongold is making threats like this is the result, okay? When you partner up with cynical souls who just simply want to see the fucking world burn are going to hurt other content creators, you know?
Like, I think it's Hasan's fault. I think it's my fault. It's Central Committee's fault. It's Frogan's fault. And so when you play defense for things that you shouldn't play defense for, you should expect that people are also going to play offense for things that they shouldn't play offense for.
Damn.
So it looks like Hasan is having a rough time. This guy is absolutely seething over the current Twitch adpocalypse situation and is trying to completely change history to act.
I've been hearing about that. I don't really have much of a following, and not for let alone live streams, but for Twitch in general. So it's not really hitting me yet, but we'll see. No time will tell. You never know. I might get more of a following on there or streaming in general in the near future. Especially now that I want to try to do it consistently.
Act like he isn't to blame in the slightest. He's going as far as to blame it entirely on the Asmongold rant. When in reality, sure, that went a bit viral, but
also, check out my streaming channel on YouTube.
This all really started because of an organized campaign contacting the advertisers of Twitch because people were sick of Twitch's double standard with allowing the whole extremist supporting squad, Hasan included, to say the most heinous you could imagine and not get disciplined for it. Hasan, dude, you're not going to be able to change history on this one, bud. You could go and delete the last 2 months of your VODs and act ignorant all you want, but the facts are...
That's what he been doing? Oh, that's nasty.
Out there. The clips are out there. And the reality of this situation is you and your tumorous crew and Twitch's double standard regarding policy enforcement is what got them into this situation.
When Asmongold said he'd host them for exposing on anti-Semitism, I thought it was strange. Now it makes sense. Yeah, that was really funny. Asmongold's like, oh, if Twitch doesn't get his shit in order, I'll have Dan on. Like, oh no. Oh no, dude.
This video is for educational purposes, by the way. Just want to let you guys know. Educational purposes.
Dude, I just want you to understand, by the way, when Asmongold is making threats like this is the result, okay? When you partner up with cynical souls who just simply want to see the fucking world burn, and they force platforms who are terrified of offending anyone, okay? Even if their purpose is utterly and so clearly to troll, okay? Platforms that turn around and capitulate and cave against that sort of thing are gonna hurt.
I was going to let him cook, but it seemed like he's trying to microwave something. Trying to microwave chicken. He's not cooking at all. This sounds crazy.
Other content creators, you know?
Hasan seems to be under the impression that just because he has the most viewers out of all these people, that he gets to sit there and write history about how all of this happened. But that's just not the case. Asmongold is threatening to expose Twitch for their double standards because he was banned in result of those double standards. In reality, you should be the one apologizing to this guy and all the people receiving no Twitch ads. It's you and your community that has been the centerpiece to all the stuff that's being sent to Twitch and its advertisers. It's nothing but a fact that you had a Houthi pirate on stream and tried to humanize him and make him out to be some sort of good guy, then post-talk rationalize the whole situation and act like he was never a Houthi, even though you introduced him as such in the interview. And he even said himself that that's exactly what he is. The fact is, you deleted 2 months of VODs because you knew there were 1,000 comments you made that blows this whole argument out of the water. In fact, I would not be surprised in the slightest if Twitch was the one that told you to remove those VODs, because you were making both of you guys look bad. So this guy that you're talking about that's being screwed over because he had an Iran tag in his profile has nobody to blame but you, my dude. Let's be real. The only people that are going to believe that you had nothing to do with this is your smooth brain, frogged out audience.
Hasan blaming Asmon. Okay, here we go. Let's watch it.
When Asmongold is making threats like this is the result. Okay? When you partner up with cynical souls who just simply want to see the fucking world burn.
I mean, I don't really think that's the reason. I mean, let's be honest. The Iran thing, like, nobody wanted people from Iran to get demonetized. Nobody's thinking, what are you talking about?
And
it is my fault. I don't think it's my fault that the adpocalypse happened. I think it's all of our fault. Like, I think it's Hasan's fault. I think it's my fault. It's Central Committee's fault. It's Frogan's fault. It's Denham's fault. It's Tectone's fault. It's, let's see, who else are we thinking? Probably, like 1%, maybe Quinn's fault. Like it's all of our faults. Like, that's really the truth. Like, I mean, nobody went and made, Frogan do like a tier list or a racial tier list. Nobody like, I didn't make her do that.
See, Asmongold is willing to accept partial blame because he could see the reality that all of you guys put in.
No, I don't even want to repeat it, but that's a crazy list.
Massive negative spotlight on Twitch. But will Hasan accept any blame? Hell no. Will Frogan? Hell no. Her racial tier list was absolutely fucked. Not to mention their outburst about everyone in the military in the United States deserves PTSD. Oh, and how about her plan to do a 9/11 baking stream?
I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. The U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. The U.S. military that are like, I did this back.
And this is the people that build following. Well, of course, because it's disgusting as people out here in these streets that want to subscribe to nastiness like this. Some people want to subscribe just to see like the fire go. If you know, you know. Try to see if they become a locale. And they almost do, almost every time.
Then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, imperialism. This, you don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. Okay, 6250, 9/11 baking stream with Raph and Capri. If we get to this goal by 9/11, Capri, Raph, and I will make the Twin Towers out of a stacked cake, and we'll make an airplane, and we'll recreate 9/11.
Yeah, it's all Asmongold's fault, not this crazy fuck. Not.
Yeah, that was disgusting. That was nasty as hell. This video is for educational purposes, but oh my gosh. Whoa. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Not Hasan watching extremist propaganda videos. Not this. Give me a damn break. Yeah, let's just completely rewrite history and blame Asmongold.
This video is for educational purposes. Also, I'm looking for an editor, someone who's not going to charge me a lot. Charge me what I can't afford. Some editors want to make more than you. Like, I can't even be able to do that. Trying to start me off in debt. But it's someone who can cut up clips fast and also take stuff like that out. That's stuff that's risque. Now I'm gonna be.
I mean, I find it to be kind of flattering, right? That like now, it's like my fault that all this is happening. But everybody knows, like, there's been a million bad things that have happened on Twitch, things people didn't get banned for, etc. That group, like, I don't want to like say it's like a group of people, but it kind of is, of like Hasan, like Central Committee, Denham's, Frogan, all of those people. they've kind of defended a number of things that are extremely alienating for a lot of people. And I think that they've also defended a number of double standards and preferential treatment. Like, for example, like not getting banned for calling people or like the death threat thing only being like a 2 or a 3 day ban. And the problem is that they haven't really held Twitch accountable for people that they agree with. And I think what's happened is that other people see that there's that lack of accountability, and it's not really hard to perceive somebody that puts out a death threat or says something like this. It's not that hard to see that a person like that is going to very clearly, they should get in trouble. And so when you play defense for things that you shouldn't play defense for, you should expect that people are also going to play offense for things that they shouldn't play offense for, because you're defending something that's unreasonable.
Yeah. Asmongold just nailed it on the head. It's 100% the group of malignant tumors that orbit Hasan. They are all willing to run defense for each other because they all agree with each other. And anyone not in the group gets the cold shoulder and even pressure from the group for stronger action against them because they don't agree with him. Asmongold clearly has his problems. Hell, we all do. But at least the guy's head is on straight enough to understand the actual problem and not try to obfuscate the situation or rewrite history to absolve themselves and their buddies, when they are most certainly 90% of the problem. Like, for instance, the Houthi pirate you interviewed and then tried to act like he was never a Houthi and he's actually comparable to Anne Frank.
By the way, just want to point out to LSF, to the LSF crowd. Once again, I just saw this. Wonderful stuff.
That sound crazy.
Asmongold and I have a 4-hour conversation. Hasan says the Houthi he talked to is like Anne Frank. First of all, he was not a fucking Houthi. Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean? Excuse me. Of course I'm about to have a... I'm a journalist.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
الحوثيين يمنيين.
You're Houthi and Yemeni.
الحوثي يمني.
All right.
Secondly,
Wow.
yes, he withstood genocide. That is correct. Like, you can't fucking materialize a appropriate dwarfy or whatever the fuck this Destiny Dick Rider account is. But 4 hours of conversation, that's the one thing you got? That's awesome.
Let's
Why are you
just
blaming Destiny?
rewrite history, guys. Nobody's
Why are you blaming? Why? Where did Destiny blame come out? That came out of nowhere. That was crazy.
gonna notice. Because I have 50,000 live stream viewers that are willing to propagate my rewriting of history. Hasan, dude, you and your buddies have nobody to blame but themselves. It's just really that simple. You guys put a spotlight on yourself by saying the most insane shit. And you just thought you could get away with it because of your journalist buddies running defense for you and your friends inside the Twitch moderation team. Well, that might have worked for a while, but it isn't working anymore. Advertisers have been contacted directly, and they aren't having it. And that's exactly who's forcing Twitch's hand here. Because God knows they didn't plan on doing anything till the bottom line started to get affected.
And I think that the current ad situation on Twitch is a result of a lot of hand waving, a lot of intellectual dishonesty that I think people have just become tired of. And now you see people bringing it up all the time because there's nothing else that they can do. They've tried to complain.
I didn't know it was that damn bad. I didn't know things was going on like that. I just recently started trying to get more active on Twitch. I'm gonna do more.
To Twitch. Twitch doesn't listen, and people think it's unfair. So I don't really think it's my fault specifically. I do think that some of the adpocalypse stuff is my fault, and you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. That's what happened. Too bad. and it's Twitch's fault, period. Yeah, it would have never escalated like this if people had held each other accountable and not tried to come up with excuses for bad behavior. But what's happened instead is that people have tried really hard on Twitch to come up with reasons why being racist or being wrong or saying bad stuff like this is acceptable. It's not acceptable. It never was acceptable. And I think everybody can see the double standard. And so the issue is that people are not taking accountability for the bad things that they're doing, and they're trying to pretend like they're not bad. That's the reason why this is happening. That's why people are pushing the advertisers so hard, is because these people refuse to self-regulate. They refuse to do it. They need to stop playing defense for each other when one person does something that's clearly indefensible. And if you do something that should get you banned, you can't just keep defending people or expecting other people to defend you because you align.
A little bit game background. My neighbors.
With them politically or socially, or you're friends with them.
Yeah, Asmongold's right. That was perfectly articulated. He's just 100% correct about this. This culture of running defense for your buddies is exactly what got Twitch into this situation. Yet you have people like Hasan that are just completely unwilling to accept any blame for this situation. It's all just an optics game to him. Read some BS in chat, then reinforce that BS so you could act like it's just the public's opinion and not just a random chatter that you specifically pointed out to make you and your argument look better. It's the same old routine with Hasan over and over. The dude has always been like this. He can't bear take an L in public. His ego just won't let him, which is exactly why he cowers behind watching 20-second clips and taking Destiny out of context instead of actually speaking to him. You and your buddy...
I don't know who that guy is they keep zooming in on, but boy, does that clip have to be funny.
These need to stare into a mirror and do some self-reflection. Avoiding that you guys did anything wrong is just not healthy. And not to mention, it just doesn't look good for anyone that understands the context of the situation. All right, guys, I said my bit.
Okay, I feel way more informed. Hasan is a loser, 100%. And he has kind of created or birthed a community of people that do the same type of toxic, disgusting things and act like, what? I didn't mean to. It's really annoying, but that's my opinion. To me, yours is down in the comment section. Hit the like button, all that good stuff.